Hello guys, back again with another Pickups video. This is kind of going to be my last Pickups video probably for about 2.5 weeks, maybe 3 weeks, because in about 2.5 weeks we're going on vacation, and I kind of save money for that and to go a little game hunting. And because I'm actually, for once I've never actually taken a full week off of work ever. First time really taking my son on a vacation. So I won't be like out of town the whole time. Maybe gone 3 or 4 days, and then I'll still be able to come home in time to go garage selling and stuff. So probably there won't be another Pickups video till then. I know there won't be. I mean, I know Father's Day is around the corner, but maybe one then, but more than likely probably not till after the vacation. If I do get stuff for Father's Day, I will make a video on that. But as you can see behind me, I'm like kind of changing the game room around. You know, a couple of years ago, I think we packed everything up thinking we're going to work on the basement down here. We got a lot of cool stuff planned. Basically, when this is done, I'll never have to go upstairs, which is always cool when you're playing a game. But originally, I packed up thinking it's all going to be in the way, and then after doing this for a while, you know what, I can pack it all up. It's not going to be in the way. Now, I took all the 360 games out of here. There were PS3 games on the bottom. You can't see. I took those out too, because basically, I want all the retro games here. I want to see them. I want to really concentrate on playing more retro games, and my collecting base in this year is going to be focused a lot on retro. Unless maybe somehow pull off a Wii U this year, then I'd get something for that. But I still want to focus on a lot of. There's a lot of retro games on the retro consoles I really want that I don't have. On the very top row, that's all actually PlayStation 1 games up there. So anyway, Hulk is still here. He's just right now chilling. There he is. So. I figured out where to put him yet, what I'm going to do with that. But anyway, so first things first, these are the 4 games I got this week. I paid about $20 for them. I went to my Mega Replay. Just going to go there and see if they had anything. I was going to go to other places, but I decided, you know what, I'll go there. They had some decent NES games I didn't have last time. And so I went there. Not really looking for anything in particular. But, like always, there's 2 things I always end up with when I go to a game store. I almost always end up with a PlayStation 1 game, and I always end up with an NES game because I'm trying to work on that solely. I'm not like, you know, I kind of work on I get a bunch game here or there for every system because I kind of want to work over time. I don't necessarily concentrate on one system. Though my NES, certain games on the NES are my focus, not everything right now. But anyway, this first game is really cool to get. I showed this off in a video not that long ago, and that's Ghosts and Goblins by Capcom. Now this game right here, I have a lot of memory for because my best friend bought and owned this game. Thought this game was one of the hardest games in the world until, of course, the Super Nintendo version, their version of kind of this game from Capcom came out. But this game was incredibly hard. We couldn't get past the first level in this game. And then one day, my best friend did it. We were both, pass the controller back and forth. After one person dies, the other person plays, kind of thing. And he finally beat the first level. And of course, the NES, you hit the start button, you pause the screen, and we were jumping up and down, celebrating. Of course, shortly after that, he died. And this was one of those games where I never got close to beating, but have a lot of fond memories playing it, spending a lot of hours just trying to get somewhere in this game. I'm glad to have it back in the collection, even though I did try it the other day, and well, let's just say I'm no better at it than I was back then. So I got one more NES game. This was one that I know I run in and played. This is an SNK game. Now back on the NES day, the SNK released a lot of shooter shmups, a lot of like tank, a lot of the same type of games that they released at that time. This is one of them, Alpha Mission. It's not the best shooter on the system by any stretch of the imagination. The shooting's kind of slow in the game. We have one button for shooting at things that fly, and the other button drops a bomb at things on the ground. Little slow, but still get a lot of fun out of it. I enjoyed having it back in my collection again. Now, next game is an N64 game that I never knew came out, because originally I had shown not that long ago in a Pickups video that I had gotten the original Wayne Gretzky's 3D hockey for the N64. I bought that game when it originally came out with the N64, right after I got my N64. Excuse me. I put a lot of hours in that game. I love that game. I never even knew they came out with Wayne Gretzky's Hockey 98. So I can't wait to try this game. They didn't have this last time I went in there, and I was quite surprised. And normally, sport games sit there forever, but this is the only copy that I left. And again, for a couple of dollars, you know what? I'll try it out. I mean, there's only 296 N64 games released in the United States. Don't get me wrong. I'm 242 short because I made a list actually the other day. I'm trying to make a list for my wife of every game on every retro console that I don't have. Just so if she's going looking, she knows I don't have it. I'm not going for a complete collection, but, I'll pick them up as I go. If I end up with a complete collection someday, so be it. And the last game I'm really excited about because I love the PS1 long box games, and every chance I get to pick one up, I do it. And this is, of course, a fun racer that everybody knows on the system, though I have to get the rest of the stickers off it. And it is from Namco, and it is none other than Ridge Racer. One of my favorite just racers on the PlayStation. What's funny about this is Crow111 did a video, I think it was from April 18th, about going to the Classic Midwest Expo, which is funny because the Classic Midwest Gaming, and it's funny because every year I mean to go to it, every year I miss it because it's not that far away. But my son saw Ridge Racer Type 4 for the PlayStation 1, him a little gameplay footage, and he wanted to play it. And I have that game, and he's actually been trying that game out the last couple of days. Hasn't passed the first race yet, but he's still working on it, so. Ridge Racer. It's funny to believe the first original version you can only play one player, but it's really awesome to have that in the collection. Now, after all my coughing and other stuff I've done, I'm going to show off some of stuff I've talked about forever and never actually shown off, and that is actually the birthday stuff I got for my birthday this year. I haven't shown these Game Boy games off. I'm only going to show some of it. I'll show next of it off, and next week it'll be basically Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance. But this is Game Boy games and Game Gear games. So to tell the story about this, about my birthday, I had mentioned sometime around for my birthday how Game Boy games, especially Game Boy Advance games, were going up. Like when I go to the store, and how I really like to get some before the price goes up. Not thinking anything about it because I talk about games, say game stuff to her all the time. Most of the time it doesn't, she ignores it because I'm just babbling about it or whatever. Anyway, so what she did was she went to this local pawn shop that we go to every so often, and they just had a little box for all the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Game Gear games, and she said, "I'll give you $45 for the whole box." I said yes. She bought it, and it totaled out to be a total of actually 62 games total. So, really cool. Got a really cool price. So let me show you first the Game Gear games. Now, first thing I'm going to show you is actually these two are doubles. So I really need to, one of these days, get together everything I should have up for trade and trade it off. But anyway, this one, the first one I have is Batman Forever. Why not my favorite Batman movie? I have not tried it on the Game Gear yet, though I have it. I actually have two Game Gears, believe it or not. Picked them both up in garage sales years ago. And this one I already have, and that is Sonic the Hedgehog 2, Sonic Tales for the Game Gear. Pretty decent Sonic game. If you played Sonic 4, that's what this is. So these two are already doubles. So those go kind of in the trade, double pile kind of thing. Now the rest of these were not doubles that were in here. The first one is, of course, my favorite fighting series of all time, and that is Mortal Kombat. It'll be interesting to see how this plays on the Game Gear, to be honest with you. It'll be interesting to see how many frames are missing and stuff. Next one is all new NFL 95. And then Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. And last but not least, in its plastic case, none other than George Foreman's KO Boxing. So, those are the Game Gear games I have. It's cool that I had some more in that collection. It's kind of funny because my retro store has a bunch of Game Gear games, and they just don't seem to go through very often, which is a shame because it is a good handheld. If you get the power plug into the side instead of running off batteries. Now, next up, these are just regular old Game Boy games, and the first one we'll show you are actually doubles. I already own these. The first one is Kirby's Pinball Land. I already own this game, so that goes in my trade pile. And the other one I own, of course, is none other than Tetris DX. Not a bad Tetris game. Of course, I really haven't run into many bad Tetris games, to be honest with you. So, and the next one, and here's all the ones, the Game Boy games I don't have. This first one surprised me. It's Babe and Friends, of course, Babe the Pig. This was done by none other than Crave Entertainment. So I'll have to try this out and see what it's like. Next one is good old Frogger. Love Frogger. This was an interesting one I've seen before. I just never picked it up, and now I own it. I have to really try it out. What's it? Quirk. And of course, one of my favorite football franchises to play, NFL Blitz. Wario Land 3. And if that was enough Wario for you, Super Mario Land 3, Wario Land. Ken Griffey Jr.'s Major League Baseball. It'll be interesting to see how this baseball game actually plays. And from the movie, Hudson Hawk. Hope it's better than the movie. And last but not least, Radar Mission. So it's kind of cool to have these all in my collection. I have played, played the NES games already that I got. Absolutely love them. I haven't got a chance to play the Gretzky because I'm hooking up the N64 that's behind me right now. Actually, you probably can't see because I'm probably in the way. But if I duck, it's right there. So, Dreamcast's already hooked up. And just reorganizing the game room and playing the new games. So, that's all for this video, guys. I will talk to you guys again soon.